When director Duke Johnson sat down and watched Federico Fellini's 1954 classic La Strada, he was immediately drawn to the iconic clown costume worn by Giulietta Messina. Now in his newest film, The Actor, a similar outfit is adorned by Edna, Gemma Chan, while out on an intimate date with Paul, André Holland. It's these two people that feel like maybe they don't fit into the world, Johnson tells Variety. With these two oddballs finding each other, the possibility of connection was the driving force. They've really hit it off. The moment takes place on Halloween night when Paul, still trying to piece together who he is after waking up with amnesia, goes out with Edna after the two meet at the cinema. Despite it being Halloween, you'd hardly be able to tell by looking at the men's synonymous coats, making Edna's hand-stitched blue clown costume immediately stand out. After Johnson pitched the idea, costume designer Susie Harmon, The Death of Stalin, the personal history of David Copperfield, knew it was important for the design to look like something Edna herself had created. Harmon collaborated closely with Chan to figure out how a sweet person like Edna would make herself up, including the pink hat and reds on her face. We didn't want it to look like it's come out of a couture house. Instead, something she would have made and handcrafted, Harmon says. She's a crafty kind of character. For reference, we were looking at 50s patterns that our grandparents would have had. While the film is steeped in old noir aesthetics, including trench jackets and a detective narrative, Harmon was actually more inspired by the simplicity of Japanese films from the 50s rather than old Hollywood films. I mean, yes, there were certainly references with a femme fatale, but it was more inspired by Ozuyu Yasujiro, Harmon says. Since noir was mostly black and white, we're actually injecting color into a noir-esque movie, so we had to be really strong with the palette. In juxtaposition to Edna's blue clown costume, Paul wears a red plaid jacket, one of the first visual choices Harmon landed on. To make Paul's red pop even more, Harmon, Johnson, and the rest of the crew knew that red couldn't appear anywhere else in the film.